want to thank you. And with that, I'd like to bring greetings from all the meetings that we have attempted to attend. God blessed us about 4 weeks ago. We attended a meeting in the Midwest, which held their meeting in Chicago. And they sent a lot of great greetings to you as well. We had an opportunity to be at the meeting up in Maryland about 2 weeks ago. The meeting went well. And again, they also sent their greetings. They told us wherever we go, we should tell them that they mean business. They mean business not on a personal level, but business for God's kingdom. I want to thank you very much for the people of Massachusetts for taking time to even consider other people from other nations to be a part of us. As our Constitution stands, we have a section where anybody who is not a Tanzanian can still be a Elsa member. So I will welcome you, that not only for the nation, not only for anything else, to be part of this organization. Our mission is clear, and our mission is determined. As we have gone nationwide, God will have to stop us. We will not stop until we have done what God will allow us to do. So I welcome people from Kenya, I welcome people from Rwanda, I welcome people from Zimbabwe, and I welcome people from all the nation church that are sitting here. And if there's anybody out there, I welcome you. Feel at home, be a part of us, join the movement, and God will be glorified. Amen. As I was talking to the chairman several times when I mentioned about my intention of being here, he indicated to me that he'd love for me to speak. I hesitated for a little bit because I wasn't sure if I was going to be the right candidate. You see, I deal with work that has to deal with very less speaking, more of action. When I have somebody who is laying on the table, I don't have time to speak. The first word I'll utter to this individual is, listen, this is what I'm going to do for you, sign on this piece of paper, and then we're heading to the room. I do my thing, they're quiet until the work is done, I take them somewhere else, I wake up, open your eyes, okay, call me if there's a problem, I'm gone. You talk about preaching, I don't know. The president told me, he said, whatever God has for you, you just talk to us. I was sitting here, and last night, I sat and I listened to our General Secretary. I was giving the appeal of Acts chapter 6, talking about the commitment that we need to have. If you missed it, it was a powerful message. How much can we do? You can read it for yourself. Acts chapter 6, verse 1, talks about the commitment the disciples had received from Christ. We need to be together in order to finish this work. I sat here this morning. I listened to different testimonies that were given here today. I know my friend Zimbora spoke so well about how those little steps meeting they started here, in this location, have mounted to where we are today. I've listened here. Our sister talks about how much sacrifice in those early years worked for her that she's here today. And I could not forget as my heart sank when I heard Naomi speaks about the situation that most of us know so well when we have to deal with immigration. Some of us have never had a chance to be in jail, but when she talks that she was in a place in a dungeon, that Tausi had to do everything it can to get her out. That is a sacrifice. That is a sacrifice. And most of us have no professional works. Most of us will live from paycheck to paycheck. But that was a testimony. And I promise you, when I leave here, when I go to other chapters, I'll have to repeat it. Taos in Massachusetts, they mean business. In the struggle of trying to find something that can give us courage, as your mission has said so well, the profile of courage, I struggled in different texts in our Bible, trying to figure out what could be something that can help us as we walk in this journey. In the process, I looked in the Bible. I stumbled in the book of Exodus, landed at the very that famous story of Moses, the courage of Moses, leading the people of Israel, leading the Jews out of Egypt into the promised land. That was a courage. How Moses tried to even kill people so he can acquire the position to show God that he was ready. That took courage. How God protected these people for 40 years in the wilderness. How he gave them protection over the sun. How he gave them manna. How he provided light. And how in the world of 1 million people believed this one person could really lead them into the promised land? That was a courage. I thought about the struggle that Taosi had been going through. Our struggle in this wilderness of life. I thought it could have been something that maybe we could talk and to get some lessons as we work to achieve these goals for this organization. But that was not where God wanted us to be. But again, I moved on. I said, maybe find another story in the Bible. I looked at this special man in the New Testament, book of Matthew. Because this infamous story of a blind man. I preached on this story. So I thought, well, this could have been a best story ever to be told. Because really it fits what we really need God to know our needs. You see, there was a blind man in the journey on the road in Jericho. As he had heard Christ was walking by, and his name was Bartimaeus. He shouted as loud as he could be, Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me. Oh, when I read this story, I just started feeling of all these strangers this man was getting. All these years, he has been sitting on the roadside. All these years, he's a beggar. He cannot see. And all of a sudden, he heard the Son of David walking by. He shouted as loud as he could, Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me. You know what? The pundits, these people told him, you're making too much noise, man. Be quiet. But the louder he called Jesus, Son of David, have mercy. He was specific, he was persistent. Eventually, the Bible tells us, Christ called him. I thought about Taosi and all the needs that we have. There are mountain that is ahead of us. Now we have gone from Massachusetts, Taos, Massachusetts into Taos Nation. The work has grown bigger. Not here only, but even back home. We need to be specific in what we want God to help us with. We can't just be told, oh God, just help us, just help us. No. We have a budget. No wonder the leaders of nation are here. Trying to encourage this fundraising so we can have this money in order to fulfill the budget, what we have planned, and accomplish the work that is at home. I thought that could have been our subject this morning. To remind us the kind of God that we deal with. You tell God what you want him to hear. If you want something, be specific. As I was reading and contemplating about it, and thought maybe this will be the place where we can spend this time together. Yet, that was not the place. Then, I kind of Went on a couple more pages in the book of Matthew. That popular story about the talents. We're being reminded of the master. Matthew 25, to be specific. There's a story that is recorded there about a master who was so generous. And this is the story that Christ was talking to his disciples as they were asking him, Christ, what will be your sign for coming back? And God and Jesus was telling these people, trying to help them understand what they're supposed to be doing when he's gone. He said, I cannot just explain to them this way. Let me give them a story. As good as he was, master, you can see the Bible, Jesus spent a lot of time using allegories, using different miracles, trying to bring a point. So he decided to invest in the story of the talents. Christ described so well about this man who was so generous. He didn't have to do what he had to do. He could have just decided to say, you know what, I don't want to do anything. I'm just going to keep my talent with me. I'll go and come back and find it. But he decided out of his own good heart. He looked at his servants. He figured out their abilities. And each one of them gave them generously according to their ability. One had 1 talent. The second had 2 talents. And the third had 5 talents. He said, I'm going to say he went on a long journey. And when he came back, it was a day of break. Oh, that reminds me about the work we have, brothers and sisters. The work we have is so much. We have given talents. I thought this morning it could have been our subject to talk about the different talents that God has given us. I've heard some singers, I can't sing. I've been trying, and I think Brother Noah can attest to that. And, I kind of hide it behind some voices just so I can blend in, because if mine comes out, I don't know how it's going to be perceived. But people have talents. Some of us have 1. Some of you have 2. Some of you have 5. What will it benefit you when all is said and done and Christ comes back and you have not done anything with your talents? Christ was so clear with the results that the master rendered to the people when he came back. Oh, he told them, he said, the one you have a 5, great work, you did a good job, boom, I give you more. And the one with the 2, you did a good job, boom, I give you more. The one is, what did he say? I know you're a hard-working master, and I don't think I'll have taken any chance with your money, with the talent that you've given me, with the age that you've blessed me with. So what I did, I hang out in my crib. I stayed in my house. I kept it. I didn't want to use it. And the punishment was severe. Oh, I pray and hope that we will never get the punishment. I pray and hope that that effort, 2,000 mentioned here when this idea started, will never end here. 2016 should be just the beginning of even more bigger things. I should be the least place of complaining of what God has done for this thing in Massachusetts. When I thought about it, I thought, wow, I think I got it. This will be the subject. We're going to talk about the talents, and it will be done. It will be a powerful thing. But as I was thinking about it, still, it was not the place. Then I scroll back into the Old Testament, where I landed to this interesting story. I landed in the book of Esther. See, my wife's name is Esther, so maybe I'm being a little bit biased. So you have to work with me on that. Sometimes lives can do a lot of stuff. But this Esther, the other name Hadassah. Our text was read so well this morning. I like to spend some few minutes here. Maybe we can see it in a different way and see how this subject can help us as we contemplate and think about the love of Christ on us and what He's done for us. Chapter 4, verse 1, I'll try to read in your hearing, New International Version. It says, when Mordecai had learned of all that had been done, he tore his clothes, put on the sackcloth and the ashes, and went out into the city gate, wailing loudly and bitterly. But he went on only, not as far as the king's gate, because no one clothed in sackcloth was allowed to enter it. And then verse 4 says, when Esther, the eunuchs, and the female attendants came and told her about Mordecai, Esther, she was in great distress. She sent clothes for him to put on instead of sackcloth, but he would not accept it. Then Esther summoned Hatach, one of king's eunuchs assigned to attend her, and ordered him to find out what was troubling Mordecai. So Hatach went out to Mordecai on the open square of the city in front of the king's gate. Mordecai told him everything that happened to him, including the exact amount of money Haman had promised to pay into the royal treasury for the destruction of the Jews. Hatach went back and reported to Esther what Mordecai had said. Then she instructed him to say to Mordecai, all the king's officials and the people of the royal province know that for any man or woman who approaches the king in the inner court without being summoned, the king has but one law, that they put to death unless the king extend a gold scepter to them and spare their lives. But 30 days has passed since I was called to go to the king. So when Esther's words were reported to Mordecai, what's going on back and forth here, Hatach being the middleman, he sent back this answer. Mordecai said, do not think that because you are in the king's house, you alone of all the Jews will escape. For if you remain silent at this time, relief and the deliverance for the Jews will arise from another place. If you remain silent, stones are going to do the work. Will be called to answer these questions. Will come from another place, but you and your father's family will perish. And who knows but that you have come to a royal position for such a time as this? Then Esther sent a reply to Mordecai. He said, go, gather all the Jews who are in Susa, and fast for me. Do not eat or drink for 3 days,